Detective Dice had seen his fair share of crime scenes, but the murder of a young woman in a rundown apartment complex hit him hard. She had been struck by a vehicle, and the perpetrator had fled the scene, leaving her body to be discovered by a concerned neighbor. Dice arrived on the scene and began his investigation. The victim was a young woman named Sarah, and the only clue he had was that she had witnessed a crime. But what was the crime, and who had committed it? As he dug deeper, he discovered that Sarah had been living in the apartment complex for only a few months, and no one seemed to know much about her. But one thing was clear: she had been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Dice scoured the area for any surveillance footage, hoping to catch a glimpse of the vehicle that had struck Sarah. He spent hours reviewing footage, trying to piece together the events leading up to her death. Finally, he found something: a grainy image of a dark sedan speeding away from the scene of the crime. He was able to zoom in and get a partial license plate number. Dice spent the next few days tracking down the owner of the vehicle, a man named Victor. Victor was a known criminal with a long rap sheet, but he insisted that he had nothing to do with Sarah's death. Dice was at a dead end. He had no evidence to prove that Victor was responsible, and he was running out of leads. But then, something unexpected happened. One of Sarah's neighbors, a young woman named Laura, came forward with information. She had been afraid to speak out before, but she knew that it was the right thing to do. Laura revealed that Sarah had witnessed a crime committed by Victor, and he had been after her ever since. But she didn't know what the crime was or where it had taken place. Dice was shocked. He had been so focused on finding the killer that he hadn't even considered that Sarah might have been a witness to something else entirely. With Laura's information, Dice was able to piece together the events leading up to Sarah's death. She had been on her way to meet with a lawyer, hoping to turn over evidence that would put Victor away for good. But he had caught up with her, and in a fit of rage, he had struck her with his car. Dice was able to apprehend Victor and bring him to justice, but the case left him with a heavy heart. Sarah had been a brave woman, willing to risk everything to do what was right. She had paid the ultimate price for her bravery, and it was up to Dice to make sure that her sacrifice was not in vain.
Hey, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing. Also, feel free to check out our other videos as well. And don't forget to click the bell. And always, be creative.
Hey, I want some chips.
No, Mia, you already ate.
E-Toonz. Be creative.